morning, you guys. I um I decided to get on for a little while today. Before I go today, I'll be it's my day. I'll be on call for bail bonds. So, if you're around, like, you got some loved ones that are in jail, or if they go to jail, my quote is on my cards is, when you want out, I got the clouts. I know how to go. I can go get them out quickly. Okay. But you bring your money, though. Bring me whatever it is, that we ask for, that I ask for as it relates to the bond. And then, you know, we'll navigate through the rest of the stuff, making sure that, because they've been holding people quite a bit of time, but not my people. They're holding everybody long, but some people are held longer. Okay, my people are not held longer. Some folks are they have to hold them 12 hours if it's a domestic situation. Okay, they have to hold them for 12 hours. But um yeah. And then I'm gonna go today and do something that I have not done in a long time. And I'm so happy that I looked at the video on Grove Hero, because with my TV business, I've just been so comfortable with the advertisers and the sponsors that I have. I have not even been trying to just like add anybody, because I'm like, okay, it pays for everything. I got too much going on. And but I want to add, because I was like, I could really be doing some stuff. So what I'm gonna do today, before I start going and making buns for people, I'm going to do another package deal to make some stuff inclusive, right? As it relates to making my package deals bigger. Believe it or not, I just started coming on down in Huntsville, and I had someone to call me this morning about some stuff in Huntsville. So it's a lot of possibilities down there too. I'm around the Memphis area. I really got to make some shape, but I don't mean no harm. I got so tired of the shenanigans around, like, the Memphis area, to include people wanting a discount. I don't have a patience for that. That's one of the reasons I don't have patience for that. As it relates to, like, to my investigations, people normally don't call me unless they got the money to pay. I don't worry about that. And I take contracts from the government. So I really don't worry about, nobody asking for the discount. But I don't like that discount stuff. It's just something about it that I can't tolerate. That means that you really can't afford to even be talking to me. You wasting my time. I just don't like stuff like that. I don't ever ask people for discounts. I ask them what their prices are. If I don't want to pay that price, or if I don't got it, what I have to do is, if I feel like the person is worth it, I go, dog, that price is pretty steep, but this person would be trustworthy, right? Because sometimes you just have to go ahead and pay the little extra, because the person is going to get the job done and they are trustworthy. Um, I go ahead and I go, okay, well, I'll get it up, and I'll go on and pay it, or I go, oh, okay, well, thank you. I might just shop around a little bit, but I never ask anybody to bring their price down. And then sometimes they might say, well, can what's your budget? Can we work a little bit? I go, okay, I guess we can work a little bit. I don't really want you to have to come down on your prices. Um, if you no, we can work a little bit. So at that point, when I know that there's wiggle room, they probably already got the prices up kind of high so that they can come down. So hey, yeah, let's go ahead and negotiate, because I be wanting to give people business, especially if they got good spirits and stuff. Sometimes people have good spirits, and even if I don't need the stuff, I think I was telling y'all about my cousin who has the sex toy line, and she asked me, she have events, like she have pop-up shops, and she does them like at Jason's Deli and stuff in their conference room. And she asked me one time, cuz, why don't you, come in and speak? I will have a lot of women there. Just come and do some motivational speaking. She always have different women to come and speak. This got something going on. I was like, okay, cool. So what I noticed was when I was there, I noticed there was a lot of her friends there. Okay, a lot of family. We have the same family, and they were sitting there choking down all of the Jason's Deli because she even brought some wine and stuff that she brought in there, and she ordered a lot of food from Jason's Deli, to be able to entertain her guests. So I saw them choking down all the food. Lynn says, I used to be a Bell's bondsman. It's very interesting, Miss T. It keeps you busy. I'm probably gonna start putting my card. I would have put my cards up on my timeline, but I don't have time for people to be playing on the internet until they arrest these folks. Which that's okay. Um be you know, be playing on my on my phones. Okay. Because I do use one of my business phones. Okay. But anyways, yeah, so I saw a lot of family members, right? Were you a bondsman, Lynn, and were you a bondsman around the Tennessee, Mississippi area or somewhere else? I don't know. I think it's giving me being a bondsman is giving me my skills back as it relates to dealing with a lot of different people. Now, I thought that being an investigator did. Oh, in Arkansas. Okay. Ooh, it's real hard to get a bonding company in Arkansas. Arkansas has laws to try to keep. I'm talking about as far as starting a bonding company. They have laws to try to keep you from starting one. You have to have $250,000 in your bank account in order to start a bonding company in Arkansas. You have to be worth at least $250,000. And it might be more than that now. It might be 500,000. Okay, the company was in Little Rock. So a lot of people that own bonding companies in Tennessee and in Mississippi don't mess with Arkansas. They let it be that good old boy thing. Those that are grandfathered in, they kind of get all the work, and the same people kind of get all the work in Arkansas because they've ensured that really nobody else starts a company. But anyways, yeah, but it has been helping me with my people skills as far as like, because I'm very a lot of people wouldn't believe it. I'm very quiet and shy and reserved. If you ever around me in person, you know what? Even when my TV show was coming on, and I would be just like I am, but y'all know I don't cuss on my TV show because I have sponsors, and I'm gonna stop cussing on here because I'm getting ready to start doing some stuff on here. And but I still had the same flamboyant personality. I remember, when I started doing my TV show, people was calling like, "Dog, you was the most shyest girl in school. Like, we cannot believe the person that don't talk. You don't even talk." I remember when my dad told me, if you get your TV show, you got to tap into your alter ego. So that's just kind of what I do. That's why I like, even when I turn my camera on now, it's easy for me to talk, but when I turn my camera on and I get kind of shy, you know what I mean? It's hard for me to um it's just really, I get really shy and stuff. But it's just hard. It's easy for me to talk big shit, now because I kind of just tap into my alter ego. So when people see me out, they go, "You remember you was talking about such and such and this and that?" I go, "No," and you quiet and stuff, and they get offended. They go, "Oh, she's stuck up." No, I've just always been shy, quiet, and reserved and observant. That's just how I am. And so being an investigator has, that job is kind of goes with my personality because I spend a lot of hours alone. I spend a lot of hours alone, right? But when I get to know people, I open up to them and I talk to them. You know what I mean? I call them and talk to them if I think that they're, cool enough to talk to. I call and talk to them because I don't really have a lot of people that I talk to. Cause I'm not. I remember one of my cousin girlfriends went, "Dog." He gonna tell my cousin, "Dog." They call me Chrissy. My nickname. Chrissy got a TV show. She ain't even outgoing. That's all right, cause she ain't with him no more. He quit her. That's why she got dumped. You know what I'm saying? I ain't even outgoing. Because some people, I really admire people. I don't envy nobody, but I admire people like, Miss Diane Brown and some of y'all coming here. Y'all got that really, really just naturally got that flamboyant personality. It's just really flamboyant. You could walk up and start talking to anybody. I so cannot do that. I can't. I have to, if I go into a room and I have a meeting, I know I have a meeting, I stay up all night and I have to prepare myself to go into the room and blow them out the water. That's what I have to do. I have to tap into my alter ego. But as far as that cussing, my grandmother was a cusser. Now I listened, I knows how to cuss because I listened to my grandma because my mother was not a cusser. My mother, I never really heard my mama cussing growing up. And when I did, me and my sister would go, "Oh my God, no." And it would just be like, shit, damn. I mean, it was never really anything bad. And now she don't cuss it out because my mom is an evangelist. She's a minister. So she's always been one of those quiet. She's real quiet too. But I was thinking about that. I was like, dog, I really need to. I'm getting back to what I was thinking about. I was like, I really need to start working my TV business more. You get people on your network and they don't want to pay. So I have certain churches and I have certain businesses like companies like Memphis Light Gas and Water, stuff like that. I have people though that go, Miss T, hey, Miss Tamara, I would like to be on TV too. I would like to do my podcast at your studio. So I get paranoid because I've had people to say that why don't you just open up your studio and let people start coming in? You have different sets and doing their podcast inside of your studio. And I go, well, that's a good idea. And then I started thinking about, well, I don't know about that. I kind of get paranoid because I'm paranoid about people like, okay, because I know I don't know. Um, Plus size says, "Good morning, Miss T. I was thinking, what if when Aunt Keon said that about Vato, about talking to the police, what if we just know now getting that information? In other words, what we thinking now, it did happen. Maybe it did. Mm-hmm. She said my aunt was a cusser. But yeah, I was looking at Grove Hero. And the way that I saw him, I was looking at Kenny Money's page. And I saw where they said Grove Hero said, he was gonna pull up, he was showing his blingy and all of that. I had not talked about Grove Hero in a while because I was looking at my Facebook page, my personal Facebook page, and I saw some of the politicians that are on my page sharing him, right? So I was like, okay, they doing some stuff. He really trying to do some stuff for the city of Memphis. That was some months back. And I was like, well, I guess I won't really talk about him like that because he had not been, I had not been seeing him post a lot. And I was like, maybe he's trying to do some things. Okay. And I don't want it to seem like, he's, I don't want to bring him up too much because sometimes you have to go quiet to get some things done. When I saw him, with him, I think that's a good thing. I like what the brother, you know, does. And so when it made me go to his Instagram. And so when I was going to his Instagram, I was like, wow, like that would be so inspirational to talk about. Because, hey, even though I'm not where I want to be, Grove Hero and them, you know, got a lot more going on at this point. But hey, I was like, wow, that's such an inspirational story because what he's talking about, something similar had happened to me. And I said, I'm gonna do a video and kind of share that. So I'm gonna get ready to go to that if it's still up. I hope it's not gone. Because I think we all need some inspiration. Okay, here it is, you guys. Hold on. He got the music on. Somehow turn the. He gonna talk in a minute though. He's showing his house by the lake. I got a house by the lake, but I can't show it because these fools crazy. I have to lay somebody down for real.
So funny because while I was in Miami, I was like, man, I got a nice ass room out here on the beach and shit. I can walk out and shit, relax. Then I said, damn, I could go home and do the same shit. But on the lake and not on the beach, you know what I'm saying? This shit just so crazy, man. I swear to God. But the crazy thing about this shit is, bro, I wouldn't have never known this shit would have happened for real. It's crazy. Man, I would have gave up, bro, when I was like 24. Man, damn, 23, 24. Man, I wouldn't have had none of this shit. Look, now I'm seeing swans and shit. Look at this shit, bro. Like, bro, hell nah. This shit crazy. And then damn, that make a nigga want to cry because it's like, damn, I'm literally from the Grove, bro. When y'all see me over there in the hood, I'm from that motherfucking. It still feel like I'm living over there right now, but I'm living over there. Man, please don't be one of them niggas that give up, man, so easily. Cause this shit easy to give up all this shit against us. The food we eat poison, shit, the weather, they they fucking up the weather. Man, it's just all type of shit, man. They texting us, making us work, you know what I'm saying? Forcing us to do shit we don't supposed to be doing. But man, I ain't gonna even lie. Really, it feel like we lost. And we really lost no matter how much money you get. But man, just keep holding your head up. I ain't gonna lie, I have to tell myself this shit every day cause I be mad cause everybody else ain't living like this. I be like, how the fuck, man? I'm living like this and nobody else ain't living like this. But you gotta be a good nigga. You gotta always be 100 in every situation. And you gotta be a good giving person, bro. Like, you know what I'm saying? Not be selfish with that money or nothing. You know what I'm saying? And you will have all this shit too. Man, one thing about this life shit, you gotta understand what goes around comes around.
That's true, and I'm gonna let you all finish listen to what he said. But this is what I was going to say. I be having so much going through my head, I forget. My cousin Dina had that has the sex toy line was having the pop up shops trying to promote her sex toy line, and she asked me to come and speak. That's why I say we have to do better by each other. All of my other cousins was there, all of her friends was there, and she got a lot of friends because she's very sociable. And when I was sitting around looking, Dina had ordered a lot of food from Jason's Deli. She brought in a lot of food to make sure that her people were comfortable. And she had a lot of people up on the wall, that was that had set up, like had t-shirt shops, so cakes and stuff like that. When people come to pop-up shops, right? I saw people eating like crazy, my cousins and them stuffing their damn faces, her friends, but nobody was getting up, not even buying toys from her. We came out to support her, but coming out to support somebody is not coming choking down all the damn food. Okay, you feel like because you get up and bring your body and put it in a place, you supporting them. You know why people have pop-up shops. You know why people buy vendorship so and come and set their stuff up. This is how they are able to promote their businesses and make money for their businesses, right? So I was going to talk about something completely different, and God led me in another direction because I was sitting there looking at that, and I made them Negroes feel a certain way. I said, one thing for sure, we have to start supporting each other. I said, I'm looking at everybody in here. Everybody has gotten up and they're constantly going to the table and eating all the good food, and that's good because she got that here for you all, drinking all the wine. I said, but you got all these vendors up against the wall. She has told y'all why she started her sex toy line. Nobody has bought a condom, a dildo, nothing. You got all these girls up against the wall. Nobody has even gotten up that's got, nice stuff that they're trying to promote. A lot of them has made these things themselves. I said, I would never in my life go to any event and not get up and go buy nothing. I said, I would never come into somebody's event, especially if I know that they're selling something and they're having this event so that people can patronize them and have invested their money in it. I would never buy anything. At least she could make her money back. I said, every time I go to a pop-up shop, I take enough cash, even if I don't need what the young ladies or whoever is selling something, I go to everybody's table and buy one thing. I bet you they I made them feel some kind of way. After I sat down, I saw all of them get their asses up and start going to all them tables, okay, and buying one thing because the stuff wasn't no more than $5 and $10 or less. One thing. And that's what we have to change, like our mindset and stuff about, yeah, I'm going to support her. Yeah, I'm going to go eat all the meatballs and all the spinach dip and all of that. And then sit down with your belly full just looking at her ready to go at that point. That's not cool. That's not cool. That's not why people have events. And so a lot of the reasons why a lot of us can't move forward is because we got our fist closed, okay? We got our fist closed. If you got your fist closed all the time, meaning, you don't really want to support nobody, then your hand is closed. You can't receive nothing either, okay? But anyways, I digress. I thought about, y'all know my mind be skipping. I be forgetting what I'm going to say. And I thought about it. I didn't even finish the story.
Man, a lot of y'all done did so much green ass shit, low down shit to people, and this shit'll never come to you because you just a green ass nigga. A lot of y'all I'm talking about just petty. And I had to realize that, like, damn, man, why everybody ain't got this shit? But, bro, you just ain't a good person. That's why you don't get it. Like, you know what I'm saying? And even when you a good person, you got to stay a good person when you struggling. Like, I was struggling bad, and I stayed a good person. I stayed giving. I stayed not being selfish. You know what I'm saying? You got to be the same way. Just because you struggling right now don't mean that you won't have this shit, because you will. You got to know that, man, at the end of the day, when you a good person, this shit gonna come back. It's gonna come back to you. You know what I'm saying? If you give, it's gonna come back. You just gotta be patient with this shit. It don't happen when you want it to happen. Just like shit 15 years ago for me, this shit just happening for me. For real. And another reason why some of y'all don't get this shit, because y'all don't take risks. A lot of y'all right now working a job right now, and you got a fucking talent, and you could be doing your talent, but you don't want to, man, fuck that job, bro, because you so worried about the bills and how the bills gonna get paid. Man, fuck that, bro. Like, quit that motherfucking job, bro, and find out what you good at. Like, come up with a plan. See, that's what I did. I was selling books. Man, I just up and quit my job, wrote a book, and was outside selling that bitch. I was like, man, the job ain't paying me shit but $60 a day. You telling me I can't sell three books for $20 and make $60 a day and go home and chill? Shit, that was the motto. Instead of working for somebody, let me, you know what I'm saying, get out here and hustle these 3 books every day. You know what I'm saying? That was my goal, to sell 3 books just a day to make $60 instead of going to the job. Should I allow to go outside 30 minutes and make $60? Man, shit. So a lot of y'all lazy, man. You got to get off your ass. But it's all about taking risks. It's like when I was going on tour, every time I went on tour, I came back to my hood and bought houses. That's because I was thinking about longevity, and I knew that, man, if I kept buying houses, it'll pay off. And now all this shit paying off. You know what I'm saying? It's like you gotta take risks, bro. Like, I knew I was gonna go broke every time. I was like, fuck it, bro. I don't even care if I don't have $1 to my name. I'm gonna spend everything on the house so I can get residual income. And now I don't gotta do comedy no more. I don't gotta be funny. I don't gotta do shit. I can come out here and sit down and goddamn it, relax every day, all day. You know what I'm saying? Because I got people paying rent. It's helping me pay shit. You know what I'm saying? That's how it's supposed to be. Man, take a chance, bro. That's the problem with y'all today. Y'all don't take chances, bro. I'm a risk taker, man. I'm going to go on tour. I'm going to spend everything I got on the house. I don't give a fuck, bro. Just to take a risk, bro. You heard me? Man, I ain't gonna lie, niggas. I ain't want to show my feet yesterday, man. Shit, my feet pretty the motherfucker. Now I don't want to show that motherfucker. That motherfucker ugly the motherfucker. See, I think that's why I got all this shit, cause God knew he fucked up. I ain't gonna even lie. This man, I ain't gonna lie, man. You knew you fucked up when you did this. God damn. Cause I ain't gonna lie. Everybody else normal in the motherfucker. Then you look, I go in the classroom when I was in elementary. I gotta put that motherfucker behind my back and shit. Scared the motherfucker. God damn. I just do it, motherfucker. Go check the shit. Then I used to hate when my pencil break. God damn. When my pencil break, I used to have to go to the pencil shop. I couldn't even sharpen my motherfucking pencil. God damn. Man, the most embarrassing shit ever. And don't let my shoe go untied in the school. God damn. I used to have to just tuck the motherfuckers in. God damn, like a motherfucker. Especially on the court. I was scared to ask a nigga to tie my motherfucking shoe. My God, I deserve this shit. I ain't gonna even lie. I do. God damn. I ain't gonna even lie. The worst part about this motherfucker is when I used to go to the motherfucking fair. Man, goddamn, used to be some in the hoes in the fair. Man, I used to have to put the motherfucker in my pocket like a motherfucker. God damn. Ho saved me like, damn, he cute, but why you call it turn it to the side? I was like, oh shit, just my back hurt. It's I ain't want to show this motherfucker. God damn, this shit used to be embarrassing like a motherfucker. But thank you, God, that I ain't got to worry about this shit no more because I'm grown hero and I can fuck anything I want. God damn. Maybe I ain't supposed to say that. My baby mama be watching this shit. But thank you so much for this motherfucker. This motherfucker was a gift and it was a curse. It was a curse back then. It is a gift now. Thank you so much. God damn. Now, I'm gonna tell you what I did used to like about this motherfucker in school. Man, in computer class, I didn't have to type shit like a motherfucker. Lord, thank you. I ain't have to type a thing. Man, the motherfucker teach you. I'm talking about, man, y'all gotta type 1,000 words in goddamn 10 minutes. Man, I used to look at her, she used to be like, it's okay, Mr. Bradley. Don't worry about it. Yours is already typed for you. I used to be like, hell yeah. God damn, what a blessing. That motherfucker was a gift in school did. I'll tell you. A gift did and a gift that. But it was a curse for the hoes, goddamn. But it ain't no curse no more. Cause it's a gift. Gift. Oh man, nigga. Damn. Man, I ain't gonna lie, it's a couple things that motherfucker used to be good at. That was a gift like a motherfucker. Picking up the motherfucking keys out of the car when the motherfucker gets stuck in the seat. You know that motherfucking seat cushion thin in the motherfucker. You put that motherfucker in there. Man, I promise you that motherfucker gonna get the keys out of that motherfucker. Man, the remote control when it gets stuck in the couch, this motherfucker pick that motherfucker up and shit. Hanging up the clothes, man. That's about it. This motherfucker ain't worth a goddamn thing, man. I promise you. And you know, the scariest part of that I gotta deal with is going to school with my son in middle school and they ask about your dad. Like, god damn, I still gotta think about shit like that. See, you good. You ain't gotta worry about shit. You got two but this shit that I gotta deal with. Now the kids gonna be asking my son, what happened to your daddy head? Like, god damn, this shit make me hot. Man, if you looking at this, if you a female, now I could never smack your ass. So don't even think about it. You know what I'm saying? Don't even ask about this shit, cause this motherfucker ain't used for that. This is not an ass smacker. You know what I'm saying? This motherfucker is only used to do certain things. So, you know what I'm saying? So don't get it twisted, baby. You hear me? Certain things, man, nigga. That's the only thing this motherfucker used for certain things. And it ain't for the smack no ass. So don't ask me, don't ask me, don't ask me. God damn. Cause you hoes be getting beside y'all. I said, y'all want niggas smack your motherfucking ass with a little this motherfucker ain't strong enough for all that. I can't be doing no smacking. God damn. Now, if I didn't make it a big road hero, maybe I would have been a bartender or something. Maybe this motherfucker would have been good at serving the drinks or something. A butler or something. You know what I'm saying? I don't know. God damn. Maybe to clean shit. You know what I'm saying? Be a janitor. I don't know. Or maybe unplug the motherfucking toilet. Oh no, this motherfucker ain't worth a damn. Thank you, God. You helped me to save my life. Cause I don't know what the hell I was gonna do. And I was ready to jack with you in heaven. And god damn, I was ready to jack. When I found that I couldn't even crawl. You know the stuff you put me through, I couldn't even crawl when I was a baby. Man, god damn, man. This shit fucked up. Everybody else can crawl, but I can't. Man, that's some low ass shit, man. You really did some low ass shit, but I fuck with you because you just gave me all this shit right here. So I appreciate you, goddamn. I guess I had to go through some
Alabama
pain
Hannah
to
said it
get
was
to some
strong enough
goddamn
for you, though.
goddamn, like a motherfucker. But I ain't gonna lie, back on some real shit. Look, man, this need to be your motherfucking plan. Cause this was my plan before I became Grow Hero. Man, find you somebody to help you pay the bills, bro. Find you if you gotta go stay with your mama, if you gotta go stay with your cousin to stack this motherfucker bread. Man, get your bread up, stack your bread, go work a job until you can stack your bread. That's what you gotta do. You know what I'm saying? And get a business. When you get a business, go get a house, man. You know what I'm saying? When you go get a house, then you go. I don't know what else you need to do because goddamn, because you about dumping the motherfucker. Everything I'm telling you, you dad to go do the opposite. You don't want to do shit but smoke weed, sit your dumb ass on the motherfucking shit, fuck hoes. You know what I'm saying? Buy Jordan, the new Jordans, the new sneakers. So really, this information I'm giving you ain't shit because you about the dumbest motherfucker. If you listen to this motherfucker, you as dumb as this. Well, maybe this motherfucker smart. Goddamn. But for real, I'm just bullshit. But for real though, buy a fucking house, bro. When you buy your motherfucking house, bro, it's an asset, bro. A car is a liability. When you can't make no motherfucking money off no car unless you putting that motherfucker on Turo and all this shit. But that shit ain't longevity, man. We talking about some longevity. A house would never go, bro. Think about how long these houses been sitting up, bro, since we been babies, bro. And motherfuckers
Right.
been making rent, making rent since we were
Absolutely.
kids. And it's been going up and up and up and up. Just think about 5 years from now. Y'all don't think about longevity. In 10 years from now, you still gonna be a young nigga. You still gonna be a young female. Think about this shit. That's what I think about when I'm 45 and shit. Man, my cousin, them 45 still running around them motherfucking fucking hoes doing their thing. Man, enjoying life. You hear me?
Uh,
And
45 is not
that's
old,
the
bro.
point though,
Hero.
bro. The point is get a house, bro. Cause that shit never loses value. And you can go to the bank and get a loan off of it, bro. And get in tune with the nature, man. Put your feet in the motherfucking grass. You know what I'm saying? Touch a tree. See, when all this shit said and done, when I'm dead, I'm never dead for real. I can never die. You hear me? Because this energy that I got, bro, is going to last forever. You know what I'm saying? That's why I'm building the outreach.
Ashley,
That's
are
why
you
I'm
a
going to
real
have the
estate
store. That's why
agent?
I own the
Yep.
park.
Do
So
your
y'all can
thing in here.
still
Go
be able
ahead
to
and do
go
it.
to this shit. I own the house. Y'all can still be able to go to this shit when I'm gone. You know what I'm saying? The energy would never leave, even when I'm gone. You know what I'm saying? It's called legacy. It's called, man, just being great. That's why I want y'all to be, man. Be great, man. All these buying shoes and design and all this dumbass shit, bro. This shit don't last long, man. You hear me? We need longevity. Our people, bro, we struggling. We need to cut this struggle shit out and help each other come together, and that's what it need to be. You dig? I'm about to go touch a tree right now. This motherfucker feels so good, bro. When I touch that bitch. I ain't gonna lie, we so caught up in material and shit and bills and shit. Really, fuck this shit. That's why I be telling y'all, if I lose it all, I wouldn't give a fuck. I'd go back to the hood and live like that. I'm so motherfucking grateful for whatever, for real. But look at this shit, bro. Check this out. You see that? The leaves is just like the palm of a nigga hand. We come from nature, bro. Look at this shit.
Right.
The palm of a nigga hand is like the tree, the root of a tree. Man, I want y'all to look up a placenta, bro. That's what come out of a woman when she have a baby, and the doctors keep it. It's called a placenta. It look just like the palm of a nigga hand, and it look like a tree, bro. We come from nature. All this material shit and bills and worry about money. That's the motherfucking design that they really want us to have. You know what I'm saying? To keep us away from this shit, bro. I'm
Right.
telling you, bro. Listen to me, y'all. For real. Look up placenta. Look how it look. For real. Just look it up if y'all don't believe me. A placenta, bro. A placenta is something that comes out of the woman. You know what I'm saying? It's like the DNA, bro. The hospital don't let the woman keep it. Bro, we so dumb we don't even know to keep the placenta, bro. But they selling for $50,000, bro. Really, a woman should never be broke because they could sell their placenta and make $50,000 on the black market. Bro, this shit crazy. But they know that we come from trees and water and nature. So they want to take that from us because we are beings that come from this shit. You know what I'm saying? We connect to the tree, we connect to the water, we connect to the ground. You know what I'm saying? We connect to the sun. That's why we don't get burnt. And the sun is so fucking hot. Bro, I'm telling you, we come from the fucking nature. You know what I'm saying? So bro, y'all just look this shit up, placenta. I just found out about this shit, so I'm gonna tell y'all. You know what I'm saying?
They make
Man, this shit
lipstick
just
from
real. I ain't gonna
placentas.
lie.
They do a lot of stuff without placenta.
Yeah, we caught up in the wrong shit, bro. I ain't gonna lie, man. And it ain't our fault, bro. We grow up in the hood. All we know is guns, violence, going to jail. Shit, who got the new J's? Man, I just looked at people posting their kids school, first day of school. Everybody had the J's on. I don't know no kid that come and look at no tree, put their hand on no tree, come and look at the water, come look at no nature. Only thing we teach our kids is to be nice looking. You know what I'm saying? We and to go get man have
And to
money and
spend
shit. You know
money,
what I'm saying? I
spend
want to teach my son about nature and connect them to the sun and connect them to the water and the trees and all of this shit that means shit because that's what's gonna help your energy. You know what I'm saying? That's what's gonna help you not be depressed and shit. Cause I be depressed like a motherfucker sometimes. Man, I be ready to get on nigga ass cause man, I be all type of shit going on. But I come out here and I touch this tree. I get out here and look at this water, and everything changed for me, bro.
Hey, girl, you on the gigantic money too? Fuck you, so bad. You gotta bring your trust and
getting
shit,
money,
bro.
crazy.
Hey, hold on, put your let me see your wrist again. Are you icy as a motherfucker? Damn.
Shout out to Grove Hero. Shout out to Grove Hero. And he is right. I've always liked to live around water. Even when I moved from, I was living in a condo by the river. And when I moved, I was like, I gotta live by the water. It's something about living by water. And my auntie, my great aunt, one of my great aunts that's still alive, she was like, um, girl, you don't need to live around water. It's a lot of, their country. It's a lot of slakes. They say slakes, SLAKE. I said it don't matter. It's something about the water. I always said that water is a healer, and I think that water. People thought I was weird. I was like, I think that water has a language because I think all the time, right? I was like, it's something about that water. Even when I get up in the morning and I'm not feeling like my best, and I go, I'm just tired, and I start feeling sorry for myself because I work so much. I'll sit up in my bed and look back there at that water, and it's something about the water that inspires me, especially when it's glistening. It's always beautiful. And I always say I think that water has a language because if I go sit out there, right, or I just stand in my window and I start staring at the water, it's like I get revived, and then I just start getting ideas like rivers of flowing water. It's like ideas just start going through my head, and I just start getting inspired looking at that water as if the water is talking to me or something. And people used to think, oh, she's so weird. How water gonna talk? But you have to understand with nature, I believe that the trees and stuff talk. I believe that they have a language with each other. I mean, we don't know. But I do. I think that's why Michael Jackson did a song about nature because he found out the secrets, and he was talking about how it was, we needed to stop them from cutting down the trees, right? We do know that trees provide oxygen and all of that. um but he did a song about that. I forgot what it's called. Was it Human Nature or something? I forget. Michael Jackson did a song about them cutting down the trees and stuff. So I'm, you know what? It makes me so happy when I start seeing, because I always felt like I was a little weird. Okay. When I start seeing other people, especially that have big platforms that feel, because y'all do know, like a lot of these celebrities, a lot of them that know the secrets and stuff, a lot of them don't really feel comfortable enough to start telling the secrets, right? Because they make so much money off of just what Grove Hero was talking about, keeping us in certain places. I'm talking about mentally and all of that. So hey, I'm always happy when I start seeing that. Yeah, the Earth song. When I start seeing that, connect with the water, connect with nature. Um, I like the trees too. It's something about when the trees and stuff start blowing. I get excited about that. If I'm driving and the wind starts blowing, I love it when it rains. I love to hear the rain hitting the roof. But when the trees start blowing and bending and stuff, I don't know. It's just something about that excites me. I thought that I never said, I just thought I was weird. The people would call me weird, but nature is really beautiful. That's why I love the fish and all of that. But he was telling the truth, about a lot of us, how we have to be good people. Some people feel like the only way to get what they to get to the top is by climbing off of somebody else's back, right? And I think that especially when you start talking about the younger generation, and that's just, I think they need to be taught, because what happens is when you start trying to build something off of the back of somebody else, you think you using somebody else, or you go and feel like you need to take somebody else out. That's the reason why we're seeing a lot of these young dudes going and doing all these hits, because they feel like, I'm getting money. I mean, nobody is telling them that there are other ways to get money, right? Get out and work. And so what they're doing is they're building sand castles. So what they're putting into the atmosphere as soon as they go do a hit, rather the whoever it is they go take out, rather they people know you did it or not, there is a creator, and what you did was you put bad karma in the atmosphere, so it's coming back to you, whether the police find out or the people's folks find out that you hit them. You could have been masked up, you could have it could have been the perfect hit, but what you put into the atmosphere, it's coming back. And I'm going to tell you, whether you believe in God or not, there is some type of creator, and that creator never misses. That's the reasons why you might think 3 years later, nobody found out about what I did. They don't even know. But you can't, every time you turn around, you in a storm, you having bad luck, because that's what you put into the atmosphere, right? It's coming back. And nobody is teaching these people that you work hard, you put that into the atmosphere, right? And so when you start working hard, you start to reap that when you work hard, right? You keep working hard and you feel like ain't nobody seeing you. I promise you, somebody is always watching. I promise you, somebody is always watching. So that's why you have to be very meticulous about what you do. It's I think about, and it's just kind of funny to me because I've never seen people go, were you living in a cave or something? When I got on here, I never seen a bunch of Black people act like they act, but I understand now it's because a lot of them just come from nothing. They ain't got nothing. Okay. And they're gonna end up with nothing. Okay. When I started seeing how other vloggers had teams of people and they were willing to do, I was like, dog, how they get all these people to troll and mess with people pages because they feel like if they can run them off, I'm gonna be number one because I want to go national. Get them to violate people to put their jobs in jeopardy and stuff like that. I was like, dog, but you have to understand like the mentality of people that come from nothing, right? And that's why they always end up back with nothing, because they build their houses. They feel like, unfortunately, that I got to eliminate this in order for me to get mine. They don't understand that if it's meant to be, it don't matter who it is that you're in competition with. You're going to get it. Okay? And so I agree with Grove Hero. Always have other things going on. That's why when something is slow, people go, but you into this, and that. I promise you I am. When one thing is slow, I go make money somewhere else. They go, but you know, why did you do this? I go, hey, when one thing is slow, I sure can go make money somewhere else. It don't matter. Okay? Because I'm not going to resort to doing things like selling ass or participating or getting into sectors or groups or whatever where I'm going to that's just real low vibrational. I'm doing things like, dog, like I would hate myself if I did some of the things that these people have resorted themselves to doing, right? And so I agree. I do. Stay a good person. And even if you're down, a lot of times people say, stay down until you come up. You really ain't down like that. Don't you know? I tell people when they go, but I ain't got nothing. Why they messing with me? I don't have anything. Yes, you do. You have all the ingredients of a winner. And oftentimes when you're in the fight, you don't even realize that. You go, but I work hard on it. Hey, you got a personality that draw people to you. People don't even think about that. Some people have an aura, a light about them that just draws people to them, right? And people that are on the outside can see that. And they want to attack that because they understand you got all of the ingredients of a winner. And if you ever get a foothold, you ever realize what you was born with is already on the inside of you, you'll be a force to be reckoned with. So they try to tear you down and keep you down before you can have an epiphany about that. Okay? So understand that burglars don't go and try and burglarize empty houses. The majority of us was born, if not all of us, with what we needed to succeed. But, you know, we get so caught up in what they put into the atmosphere to try to make us all feel insecure that we get caught up in trying to be and do what somebody else doing. I can't be Grove Hero. I sure want to invest in houses. I can't be my dad. On my dad's seed, sometimes I be wondering, like, dog, I wish I had what my dad had, because he would say, we're going to do this, and then he could do it. My dad came up from out of North Memphis. My dad and them didn't move to Whitehaven until my dad was like 16, 17 years old. He went to school, really. He went the last year of school at Fairleigh High School, but everything else was in North Memphis. And so I'm sure, because I remember as a little girl that they still got that family house in North Memphis, going to that house. And as a little girl, the house was raggedy, and my grandmama and granddad had 10 kids. So I remember going there, and I remember even we was, you know, living in Clementine. I remember the house being crowded and raggedy. Right? That was around like New Chicago, Scutterfield, that area. And so my auntie has the house now, I believe. I believe, because my dad bought the house in the Whitehaven area, and my auntie bought the other house, and now people rent that house out, right? They knew how to make generational wealth. Like I think about my dad, like my auntie, one of my aunties said all the time, dog, nobody would have ever thought your dad coming from North Memphis, you know, us growing up in North Memphis, that your dad could have gone as far as he did. He's rubbed elbows with the best. My grandfather, my dad's father, who couldn't even read, y'all, he could not even read, and started a business. He started a business back in the late 70s that has afforded him all types of wealth. Okay. Because he had a determination. I listened to my granddad, and he said, when I knew I was getting ready to retire, he says, you know, because we had 10 kids and the money was slow, he said, I retired because there could not be any nepotism on the job. And your dad had just had you. And he was like, I was like, my dad, he was like, my son just had his daughter. Because my dad had me as a teenager. He said, my son just had his daughter. I can retire. They're going to get rid of my son, because that's how they kept good jobs. That's how they kept Black people out. He said, but my son got his daughter, and I'm going to go on and retire because I got this other business that I've started, and I can work that. I don't want them. He said, when they called me into the office, I knew that they was going to tell me that I'm going to fire your son. He said, I had already said, I told him, I'm getting ready. I know y'all calling me in here to let me know y'all going to let my son go, but my son just had his daughter. And so I'm going to go on and retire because I want my son to be able to provide for his child. And so that's what my grandfather did. He said, I didn't know if my business was going to work. He said, so my cars and stuff would break down and stuff. He said, so up into my retirement, I was catching a ride home, and I would tell, we had moved to the Whitehaven area, and I would tell my ride, drop me off over in the area that we had lived in North Memphis. He said, so I would go to different houses and knock on the door, and I would say, can I speak to the man of the house? When the women would come to the door, he said, and I would start telling them about, ma'am, you need to get that tree cut down because that tree is going to do this, and that. I would start telling them about the trees. I was just going from door to door to door to door. Okay. That's how he got North Memphis sewn up like that. Okay. And he said, so, and then what I would do was I would walk almost home. I would get on the bus, and I would catch the bus the rest of the way home. That man makes 7 figures. Okay. A man that couldn't read really, but knew how to count. And so that's why I say, I think about my granddad and my dad, and my dad. I saw how my grandfather has always been a deacon in the church, But my dad had always been more outspoken because my dad was an elected official. They couldn't stop him. They couldn't. And I think sometimes I get emotional because I get to thinking about, I was like, dog, I remember all those years when my dad was out there fighting for people. And it's a thankless job. And how I would see my dad, he would go, dog, I'm fighting for the people. But then people would turn around and turn on him, right? Even though he was fighting for them, they would turn on him because they was jealous of how he was rising. But one thing that he had always said that is law, that he had always taught me, you always speak the truth. You never back down, and don't you ever sell out. If you ever think about selling out, you better turn in everything. That's the time to quit, when you think about selling out. Okay. That's the reason why I go as hard as I do now. Okay. And so I think that's why sometimes I get emotional, because I go, dog, he worked hard and he did very well for himself. And I go, dog, when as soon as he retired, okay, after fighting for people all those years, after all that he had done for the city of Memphis, he get his reward. He got when he retired, he got over $1 million. And I remember saying to my dad, what you gonna do with all that money? He was like, hey, I don't know. What I always been doing. He never believed in buying name brand shoes or anything like that. My dad liked Ram trucks. Okay. So I remember for his retirement, he went and bought him another Ram truck. Okay. And that was it. He was just simple like that. And so I think I used to get emotional because I go, dog, he fought for people all those years. All he did for the city of Memphis, all that he did. And then when he get the big reward for all of his labor, he end up, his health fails him like a year or so after he retires, right? And I remember my auntie saying, wait a minute, your dad enjoyed his life. My dad always made a lot of money. So $1 million was nothing to him. He enjoyed himself. That was his life, because that's what he was put here for, to fight and teach people how it's supposed to be done. You don't sell out, because we can't afford to sell out. That's why I don't have no respect for people that do anything for some damn money. I don't have no respect for them. Okay, because I watched it with my own eyes with strong men that didn't back down and didn't sell out for no money. Because it's always, that's what Grove Hero says, stay down until you come up. It's going to always be another way. Okay, you ain't got to sell out nothing. But keep being a good person. Start being a good person. I know we get tired of people, and I believe that those are tests that come through. When the enemy sees that you're on the right track and they become jealous of you, they start messing with you, and it causes you to defend yourself and get mad. It causes you to start putting out bad energy and start trying to retaliate. But stay a good person. Keep that good energy going, because after a while, you're going to reap the benefits of your good deeds. It don't happen overnight. It just don't happen overnight. It don't. But after a while, you're going to reap the benefits of that. You can't worry about other people. Yeah, folks get greedy. They want to do you wrong. They get jealous of you. They lie on you. They want to try to find a reason to do you wrong. But just keep going, because guess what? That's the bad karma that they put into the atmosphere. That's their bad karma that they got to reap. You just keep doing good. You just keep going. When they saying, oh, she got too many coals in the fire, you're supposed to have a whole lot of coals in the fire, okay? You're supposed to have a lot of coals in the fire, because they really say you're supposed to have about 7 streams of income. So don't ever let nobody tell you you doing too much. No, I'm creating some generational wealth. That's what I'm doing. I'm creating some generational wealth, so that my great-great-grandkids can say, well, look here, great-great-grandmama such and such set this up for us. And that's what they don't teach our people. We live for today. That's what we do, okay? I love me some stiletto heels, but I ain't crazy enough to go out and buy no red bottoms and pay $1,200 and $1,500, $900, $500 for them. No, I can't do that. I go get me some Jessica Simpsons and stuff like that. They be cute, because I understand the style gonna change. Okay. But the idea is to leave. So I have a grandbaby now. My daughter had a baby that's 1 year old. So I want for my grandbaby and for my daughters to know that I'm leaving something behind from them. My grandbaby can tell her children and grandchildren, if I'm not here on the scene, about we're able to live like this because this is what y'all great grandmother had left behind. But we don't think like that. We feel like everything we do is about us. And even in the Bible, it says that we build now for the generations to come. That's what the wealth is set up for. Everybody knows that in every other community except for us. That's why when people talk about she a trust fund, baby, that's how it's supposed to be. That's how it's supposed to be. And so that's why we're not able to move forward like we should, because we're so selfish. When I get out and work, I think about, I have, bills and stuff to pay, but I get to thinking about if I do this now. That's why I told my daughters, y'all gonna learn these businesses. Okay, they know the video business because I made them before I could even afford to have anybody doing anything for me. My daughters and them were the cameramen. So they know about the video cameras, the editing, and all of that. And my dad bought me a brand new up-to-date high-tech camera every year. He walked up into that studio. Gal, I got you another. They put a new camera out. Here go a new camera. Sometimes when I start looking at those cameras, I get to crying. I go, dog, this man been doing this for about 7 years, and now he's not here. Okay. I told my daughters, I said, one of my daughters said she's getting ready to, she's going to learn the investigative business, but one of my daughters get ready to go through the academy. Okay. Shout out to her. She took a job. She was already working with the courts. She left there to go do something else, and then she done got caught. I'm telling you, them girls doing their thing. Okay. But what we do is we build and teach our children, right? It's because the legacies we leave behind is for them. Nobody else should know more about your business than you. That's why I tell my girls, if something happened to me, this stuff is y'all's. So you don't bring nobody else in to teach you nothing when I'm here to teach it to you. This is going to be yours. You keep this around, right? So you can pass it down to your generations, right? And that's something that we don't do. Real estate is essential. I mean, that they figured out when Black people started getting into it. I believe that's why the real estate and stuff started going up through the roof, because Black people have found out the recipe, right? But we can't let that stop us. We spend money on McDonald's all day. If you go in and you feel like you need to go and buy like shoes and stuff, that's costing you $200 and $300, and you doing that often. You bragging about wearing $1,200 shirts and stuff like that. You're a damn fool if you living from paycheck to paycheck. You could be putting that money up. If you spending money like that on clothes, $1,000 shirts and pants, and bragging about it, you could have already saved about $15,000, $20,000 to go buy you an investment house, right? You could have already did that. I'm gonna tell y'all, when I had decided with my TV business, I like I said, I've gotten comfortable, but I'm getting ready to get back on my grind with that because my investigative business take all of my time. And I remember I was just comfortable. I remember my dad had told me, well, if you don't get no advertisement and stuff, and that's when I first started, and I kind of took advantage of that. He's like, if you don't get no advertisement, I'll pay for it until you get established. But my dad saw that I was just getting comfortable with him just paying for everything. And he was like, well, I got you this business so you can get out and work that. Okay, so when I told y'all, when I started getting out and going and talking to people, a real well-known pastor, right out the gate, I go to this real well-known pastor. I go to his church because he said that he would want to put his church services on my TV network. And I was so excited because my mother loved his sermons and everybody loved him. And I told y'all out the gate, he kind of messed with my spirit, right? Because when I was so excited, when I walked into his office to shake his hand, he scratched my hand. Okay, he scratched me in the middle of my palm. And that hurt me so bad that it was ridiculous. I was like, oh my God, you know, being a younger woman at the time, I was like in my early 30s. And I was like, I was just hurt because I was excited to be able to even get a meeting that this pastor would even listen to me as it relates to doing business with me, right? And entertain that and put his church services that everybody loves on my network. And as soon as I walk in, he look at me, I guess, as a whore, right? I shake his hand and he scratched me in the middle of my hand, like right off the bat, to let me know what he wanted. Okay. And I remember like going, you know, I'm gonna tell you, I'm from South Memphis. Okay. We fought in South Memphis. I had to sit on top of my fist because when I get mad, I be wanting to fight. That's one of the reasons why I stay by myself all the time, because I'll hit a nigga. And so I remember balling my fist up and sitting. My fist was balled up. I had my fist up under my thigh, and I had to sit on my fist because I said if I move, I'ma swing on this nigga. I promise you, I had my fist ball up under my thigh because if I had moved and I was trying to hold back the tears, I said I'm gonna swing on this nigga. And so I remember getting into my car, calling my dad. I was just boo-hooing and crying. I said, Dad, you won't believe what he did. He was like, what'd he do? I said, Dad, he scratched me in the middle of my hand. And y'all already know what that means. And I think it's so sad because you have so many young women that would have went for that. Yeah, I screwed such and such, and he doing this and that for me. That's not how I come up. I can't do it like that. I can't. Not even then I didn't have that type of mindset. And I hate a lot of these young women have that type of mindset, right? They feel like they need to use their bodies and stuff, put their bodies through so much to try and come up. And so what it did was my dad was like, okay, well, I tell you what. He was like, first of all, you're on TV, so you don't really need to be the one going out, okay? Because a lot of these people, when they see you, you don't ever even really know what their motives are, right? So you need to stop